We decided to skip the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations in London and travel to York. I have been wanting to travel to York for quite a while. I have heard that it is a beautiful city with lively streets. We reached York around midday and our Airbnb host was kind enough to drop us in the city centre. The city started closing down for nightlife by the time we were there. We could not see much of the attractions on day one. We decided to have a nice dinner and return to our Airbnb. I had booked a one-day tour plan with Get My Guide to explore Yorkshire Dales. Dales is one of the 2 national parks located in Yorkshire County. I had seen some beautiful pictures of it and could not resist visiting it. We stopped at Harrogate for a tea break and continued the journey 30 minutes later. Our first stop in Dales was Bolton Abbey. It was so beautiful that me and Murali stranded away from the group taking pictures. We did not realize for a while that the rest of the group was nowhere in sight. We did not get a chance to visit the castle as the schedule did not include it and our driver was kind enough to come searching for us by then. We continued our journey to our next stop, which is a village called Wensleydale. We stopped at Wensleydale for lunch. It is a beautiful town with a lot of beautiful shops and restaurants. Our team decided to have lunch at the creamery. I took a fruit cake with a Yorkshire tea and a Wensleydale cheese sandwich. I cannot appreciate the sandwich enough. The produce was fresh and the cheese was melting in my mouth. Once we finished with the lunch, we started roaming around in Wensleydale. I have never had the feeling of living in Europe even though we live in London. It just feels like a place somewhere else in the world to me. The streets here in Dales did a very good job of reminding me that we are actually in Europe. We decided to get to the bus early to compensate for our misbehavior earlier. We had quite a nice time chatting away, waiting for the bus to arrive. Finally, we started our journey to see the rest of Dales. This place looked like a poem blooming from a young girl's heart, full of beauty and freshness. We stopped at some photo points to grab a click. Finally, we arrived at another village called Grassington. It was almost tea time when we arrived at Grassington. It was a town where people gathered for coffee and ice creams, etc. We took a stroll around the village. I have a liking for paved walkways. This village had loads of them. We got into some shops and grabbed souvenirs and stuff. Finally, we started the return journey to York. We arrived at the city and had a beautiful dinner.